Thank you so much, Alyssa. It is good to see this crowd out tonight. So it's just really, I'm so excited about this new position. I can't wait to tell you about it. You know, as Alyssa stated, the Martin Foundation is dedicated to transformational change in Muhlenberg County, and they have taken yet another big step to bridge an existing gap here. As with the Early Childhood Initiative and the hiring of that program manager, Ms. Vicki Johnson, to focus on children in their most formative years, once again, the Foundation's made a progressive move as a result of two very important processes. One being Muhlenberg 2020 visioning. This process, this had a lot of bearing on this new position because of the goals that were established by the community. And then the Work Ready Communities project also had a strong bearing on the fact that they created this new position. So during the visioning process, there were 6 major goals that were established, and one of those goals was to invest in programs and services that ensure a successful graduation and transition to college or productive adulthood. So that is a very lofty goal, and Gail Johnson then is going to explain about the 6 criteria for attaining work-ready status. And believe it or not, of those 6 criteria, Muhlenberg County meets 5 of those. So that's exciting. High school graduation rate, we're in good shape there. 15% of our working age adults must have their NCRC, and we're headed in that direction there. Fact is, we've attained that goal. We've developed a very solid soft skills plan. And we also have a lot of community involvement in our process, which is essential in being named a work-ready community. And we're working on our internet access so that 90% of our homes have access to internet or broadband. But you know, the missing link and a very, very key thing, as was specified in both of these processes, community processes, is our educational attainment. Our workforce numbers, we did not have enough, our percentage, it was not sufficient for us to earn that work-ready status, work-ready. In fact, we need 25% of our working age adults to have at least an associate's degree or higher. And then we have to have a plan to have at least 39% of our working age adults with an associate's degree or higher within 5 years. So that's a lofty goal. And currently we stand at about 21% with an associate degree or higher. So we have work to do in that area. These 2 key community actions that we've discussed have led to the establishment of this new position that's funded by the Martin Foundation, and I'm so excited about it. It's called the Post-Secondary Success Program Manager, and I'm pleased to be able to put my energy, enthusiasm, passion, and the people that I've been able to meet along the way. I've had a few years of experience and worked through the school system and have gotten to know a lot of people, and I'm just really excited about being able to get this program launched. So the goals of this position are to improve access to post-secondary education programs and to ensure that our students transition to them successfully. And then goal number 2 is to improve our percentage of students who successfully complete their post-secondary education program. So we not only want to get them enrolled and get them started, but we want to make sure that we follow them and that they complete successfully. You know, according to a recent article published by the Pritchard Committee, by the year 2020, 62% of all jobs will require some form of post-secondary education. And that's a pretty alarming fact, and something that we have to embrace and do something about here in Muhlenberg County. And since we only have about 21% of our workforce with at least associate's degree, we can assume that, you know, a high percentage of our students are probably going to be first-generation college goers. So we have some work to do there to get our young people, our graduates, enrolled in college, and that's a pretty lofty goal. In Jefferson County, there was a statistic that we read lately where 20% of the kids who completed all their financial aid, they didn't go on to college afterwards. You know, that's called a summer melt for some reason, whatever reason. Even though they completed their FAFSA and did all that and was prepared, you know, they did take that initiative to go on and enroll and get started in college. So, those kinds of things happen. That's a reality, and this is something that our program like this can address. Since there's never been a post-secondary success program manager in our county, we're in the process right now of developing our program. And with this year's senior class, we've established 3 main goals. First of all, we want to make sure that all students, or as many as possible, complete their FAFSA, which is the financial aid part. It's called Free Application for Student Aid, and that's what FAFSA stands for. And it's very, very important that our students complete those, and it's not necessarily a simple thing. So we'll have to have workshops and have parents in, and parents will have to be prepared when they come in, and there's going to have to be some coordination of that. But that's goal number 1 this year with our seniors. Goal number 2 is that we don't want to just have that FAFSA workshop. We want to have lots of workshops. In fact, we'd like to have a workshop every month, because there are all kinds of things that we can talk with parents and students about and educate them in the area of financial aid, about KEYS money and scholarships, about scholarships and how to write essays and prepare to be a candidate for scholarships. What about financial literacy? Think about how credit cards companies come after you when you're a graduate, and what about credit score and identity theft and responsible social media networking, and also just making sure that they understand the monetary value of having a college degree or some type of post-secondary certification. And then also, we'll need to help students, once we've talked them into going, we'll need to help them to learn about how important it is to survive college, and give them some of those areas they could need to focus on, some support in teaching them about time management. They're on their own when they get to college, right? And they have a syllabus, and they have to manage their time efficiently. And sometimes our high school students, perhaps they've been told, get your homework in by tomorrow, a little more support in that area. But when you're in college, you're on your own, and we need to prepare our kids for that. Academics, we could talk about understanding about credits and how to choose their degree and how to effectively register for classes. And also, I wonder if they've been told about plagiarism, how important. A lot of kids get in trouble with that. They don't realize how, that's something that can really cost them if they're not really cautious about. So, and then campus life in general, resources that are out there like tutoring labs and academic advising and resident life, and just on and on and on, the mental and the health services that are available to them. So there are so many topics that we can talk about, and I really look forward to these workshops. I think it's going to be really, really good, and we're going to work really hard to get our parents and our students engaged in those. And then thirdly, we want to talk about community coaches. That's something that I've had the privilege of going to Tennessee. The state of Tennessee has a program called Tennessee Achieves. And in this program, students are required to register to receive assistance from a direct coach that is a trained community volunteer. And the program only requires 2 face-to-face meetings, so that most of the coaching is done through texting or email. It's designed so that even the busiest executive can participate. The goal is to help the students to transition to and succeed in post-secondary programs. And we plan to have this program in place in January so that we can assist this year's seniors through their 2nd semester of high school and their 1st semester of college. Our goal for 2020, we say the year 2020 a lot, don't we? But our goal for 2020 is to increase our college going rate from a current 57% to 70%. And that's a lofty goal. But with your help, we will reach our goal. Because you know what? Education is everybody's business. And without a doubt, it's a very critical piece to economic development in Millmark County. I'm going to make a commitment to you tonight. I promise you that I will do everything I can to make good things happen for the youth of our county. But we need your help. Alone, we can do so little, but together, we can do a lot. So thank you all tonight, and I'll be out if you want to ask questions about this program. We'll do our best to answer them. Thanks for your attention.